Chat, you can hear me? Music's not too loud, right? Welcome, Raiders. Hey, Ace. Okay, so we looked at this a little bit yesterday, but FOCA EXPA is now live on global. The schedules are posted in the events tab, so make sure you check the schedule for the battlesuit and the gear that you're looking for, okay? Looks like round 1 is Hersher, Elysia, Vilvi, and Sushang. Round 2, Aponia, Equinox, and Spina. And then round 3, a lot of people are looking for Hersher of Truth. Flame Scion's in the shop, and then Silverwing also. Now, if I were topping up, I'd get Vilvi for the collection, because Vilvi's the one that I'm missing. But some of y'all might be looking for Elysia. Some of y'all might be waiting for Hersher of Truth. So, let's dive in and take a look at the pools. Well, actually, we can see the pools from here. We kind of went over this a little bit yesterday, but we'll go over it again. Let's take a look at round 1. Generally, for FOCA EXPA, you either already committed to saving ahead of time, or you're topping up to catch back up, like backfill, right? You're catching up, you're topping up in order to catch up on stuff that was previously released because you can afford it. If you are not in those categories, I'd say 7 times out of 10, you're probably going to be skipping. This might be a good time to try and get missing pieces if you have enough crystals, and if you don't, then so be it. So, how does the FOCA EXPA work? You can click on the Reset Uprate button, and this works in the equipment side too. You can reselect your uprate equipment, and you have this screen that pops up, and you get to pick 1 out of the 5 sets. Everything else will be the off rate on the banner. You get to pick which one is the uprate, and that way is how you kind of target. So round 1, handle is craftable, but the pistols are nice. Paganini's still really good, especially if you can get a 2-set. The M-piece is really useful, a standalone. Sushang gear, you definitely want 3-set. And then Hersher Elysia, you definitely, if you have Hersher Elysia, you definitely want 3-set, full-set gear. And, you know, Vilvi, same thing. Signature gear is best. There's available placeholders, but if you want the full experience, then yes, you want full gear. Not much else to say about this. Like, if Hersher of Truth wasn't in round 3 on my NA account, I'd probably go for Sushang gear. But since that account still needs gear for Hersher of Truth, I'm gonna prioritize Hersher of Truth first. So just pay attention. I know for many players, they probably all in on Finality and Hersher of Origin equipment and Elf Kiana. So if you're out of crystals, then you kind of just don't need to really worry about this. You can try and get lucky. I don't know that that's the most tactical play, right? You assume the risk, and you could just end up losing all your crystals and getting nothing for it. Now, FOCA for the gear follows the same rules as Focus Supply. You have a 200 max pity, 200 pull max pity, but this pity will reset on the next Focus equipment supply. Now, EXPA shares the same pity as expansion supply. So anything that you build in terms of pity here will also carry over to expansion supply, and vice versa. Isn't there a pull buff on the first rotation of the FOCAs? For the equipment only. So it looks like a 30% off, so your first multi-pull will only cost 7 pulls worth. It can be useful if you are already prepared for it. If you don't have the crystals, it doesn't help you anyways. Let's see here. In every round, you can choose 1 out of 4, yes. Where else did they cover about the discount, though? I don't think it's the first 10 pull of every round. I think it's just the first 10 pull of all 3 rounds. On the first rotation, let's see here. Supply events or the wishing well does not trigger the 50 drop guarantee. Full guarantee triggered once per round and will not be retained across sets or rounds. Yeah. As I recall, it's like you only get this discount on the first 10, right? But if you don't pull on the first round, it still carries forward to the next round. Only the first round? First 3 rounds get discount. So it's like the first iterate, like the first run of the. So like the March 24, March 26, and March 28. Just the first run of each pool. That's fine. I think that's fine. I think that's perfectly fine, but you only get the discount one time, right? So like if I don't use it on the first pool, I'll still have it for the 3rd round of the first, or the 3rd pool of the first run. Wait, can you get others in the FOCA select? I just showed you. You can pick what your up rate is. You can pick what your up rate is, but you can also wait. I just said this, Fireball. The schedule is posted in here. That's what I mean, Shade. Right? The first run of each pool should get the discount. But there's no point pulling on a pool that you're not actually targeting. So, under normal circumstances, if you're not topping up, you're only really going to use the discount once. So first pool, we kind of went over this. Second pool, we kind of went over a lot of this yesterday, but Lost Conviction is for Aponia, Midnight and Bianca Theaters for PE. Basically the same as like back in 6.1 when we went over FOCA Expo, right? If you're topping up and you have the budget to go back for older battle suits that released in the last year, this is perfectly fine. If you are new to the game, I probably wouldn't prioritize this banner. I think if you're missing like 2 pieces for any given set, I think it's fine to try to roll to finish those sets. I think if you're only missing 1 piece, it's riskier, but you can. And I think the value of each pool goes up the less off rates that you actually own. So that, like, if you don't have Bastet and you're missing pieces of Zen Yi, but you're trying to finish your Equinox piece, getting Bastet in that case, or getting Piranha if you don't already have it, is still a win. But if you already have it, it becomes less valuable, right? Because you already own it. And the more dupes of a thing that you have, the less useful those duplicates are. So, the cautionary warning is like, don't just pull because you have a discount. Pull if it's actually a set of gear that you really are looking for because you're missing like 1 or 2 pieces. Yeah, time to pull Vilvi. Listen, Hasper, if you wanna slide me a dono here or there, we'll pull for Vilvi. But no. Don't do that. But yeah, if you want to support the channel, !merch, or check the links down below if you're watching on YouTube. No, you know, I think most players probably will have just spent all their resources and crystals on Finality and Origin. You know, these are fan favorite characters. They're in meta right now. I really feel like the only cases that you should be going back for FOCA EXPA is like, you pretty much have to be a player that's topping up, you know. Sushang's farmable, so I wouldn't recommend, if you're budget conscious, I would not recommend trying to pull for Sushang, because eventually you'll just have her in your inventory. Now, if budget's not a problem and you just want to speed up and catch up, then yeah, you can roll and it's fine. Some players, they're topping up to try to get rank ups. I know some players are trying to get another rank up on Elysia to get her to double S or some other benchmark or breakpoint in the rank ups. And some players might be doing the same thing with Flame Scion in round 3 or Hersher of Truth in round 3. You know, some players might be trying to get another sub-star for any of these as well. So, like, that's an okay option. But chances are you're only really doing it if you're topping up. Yeah, Shadows that says 60k saved up for Hersher of Truth. Yeah, 60k sounds comfortable. Just remember, like, you could get lucky, you could get unlucky. I hope you get lucky. Maybe you still have some option boxes left over. Like I said, for my NA account, you know, my goal is to get at least 2 pieces of gear from the Hersher of Truth banner. That way I can open my option boxes. So Gitsu says, gonna spend any crystals on the Hersher Elysia banner because the pity carries over. Yeah, if you feel comfortable building pity in that way, which I'm okay with doing that in Genshin. I'm less okay doing that in Honkai. I think that's still a fair tactic. The only downside to doing it in Honkai is that, unlike in Genshin, where most of the time the 4 stars getting constellations for your 4 stars, it's still like a net positive for your account. There's a lot of A ranks in Honkai that are just completely dead in the meta. Because the game has been out for long enough, where like the meta has just completely outpaced some of these old A ranks. Like, yeah, you can use them as old school, old meta copium DPS and placeholder DPS, but sadly they do not scale well in the current content. I mean, okay, maybe some of them are still viable for like Agony 2, Agony 3. Maybe. Did I mean all? No, not all. Raven's still getting high scores in Red Lotus. We were just talking about it earlier today. Raven can actually get like 700 something on the new on Husk Existentialism in Red Lotus. So can't count her out yet, unless you're topping up. So that's pretty much it for FOCA EXPA. Just remember, if you are pulling, read the rules of the banner. Make sure you remember, focus. The pity will not carry over between rounds. It will not carry forward. The only thing that will carry forward is your supply history. So you can see here, my last guarantee was a Shuijing T. That was the last time I pulled in FOCA Select. So the pull history will carry over. And we can see here, I think, yeah. So here you can see here, my last one was Snowy Sniper. It's a little different. So just remember to pay attention to your rules, pay attention to your 10 pull guarantee. EXPA will share pity with expansion, you know, so pay attention if you're looking for rank ups of a certain character. Like, be very mindful if you only need certain amount of fragments that, you know, hopefully you don't reset the pity before you want it to reset. Alright. That's A rank only accounting exalted. You know what? That would be a really fun challenge next year if we do like a free-to-play challenge. Alright, that's about it for banner review. Keep it nice and short, huh? We've already kind of over-talked it. Oh yeah, Elf. Elf is supposed to rotate soon. So pay attention to the Elf schedule if you are looking for a different Elf. I believe the Elf schedule is here in the news as well, in the event. Elf Elysia is making a rerun. I'd say that Elf Elysia is something that most players, if you don't already own her, we are getting a free Water's Edge next patch, which kind of can fulfill the role of Elf Elysia for free-to-play and new players. Blade Durandal, I feel like Elf Elysia, Blade Durandal, and Klein, you only really try to go for at this point if you are topping up or you're trying to get them for collection. If you're strictly, you know, low-budget, free-to-play meta chase, I would probably just not worry about these. Like, Blade Durandal at 2 stars, 3 stars is still really good. Klein is losing value because of Elf Kiana, although she will still have some niche utility on paralyze fights, where you just need that extra trauma. You do have the option in the spending event shop to get elf fragments. So this can be another way where you can obtain the elves from already spending crystals in other actual gear or gacha banners. Now, one tactic, though, is you roll for one elf, and then you use the fragments to rank them up. Because unlocking an elf costs 150 fragments. But if you pull the 2-star elf card, you automatically get 150 fragments worth in that one card. And then subsequent cards are only 105 fragments. So definitely pay attention for that. I know one tactic that was, one strategy that was mentioned is maybe you pick up the elf fragment boxes, but you don't open them, and then after you get a free Water's Edge, you can instantly rank up Water's Edge to 3 stars. I think that's a good way to do it. Or maybe you just need Blade Durandal 2 stars right now, you know, and that's also an option. In my case, I will probably just get Blade Durandal 4 stars on this account and call it a day. On my NA account, I'm undecided because, you know, 2-star Blade Durandal is really convenient, but on the other hand, having a 3-star wedge means I'll have a little bit more specialized for ice weather. So I'm a little bit undecided there. I probably will go for Blade Durandal, and then maybe eventually I can try to rank them both up to 3 stars if I'm still playing that account, which is unlikely. Who knows? Maybe. And yeah, one other recap here is like, yes, Flame Scion is still an okay pickup if you don't already own a copy. But if you already own a copy, I probably would not use this. I would probably go for the rank up stamps if that's a character you really like. I feel like the rank up stamps are a bit of a ill-timed. We did get news that Flame Scion and potentially Nyx, it's not confirmed for Nyx yet, but potentially we know that Flame Scion's coming in Battle Pass in the next season starting in 6.6, right? 6.5. 6.5 will get Flame Scion in Battle Pass already. So, you know, if you don't get rank up stamps now, you'll still have an opportunity to rank her up later. You know, the more patient that you are in Honkai, eventually there's a lot of ways that end up getting added to the game to rank up your old battle suits. Anyways, that's all the rambling I have today for this topic about the FOCA EXPA. Good luck, captains, if you're rolling, and if you're not rolling, then, you know, keep on saving. Keep on saving.